We're going to start our ongoing meditation session now. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. And gently close your eyes, please. And focus your mind to this bell sound. So while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in this ongoing meditation sessions, we try to give basic information regarding tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So, when you practice yourself, it is very important. You have to be very clear with the technique that you practice. Don't have any doubt. And if there is something, you have to again and again and again look into it, and you have to make it very clear. So not the result. Don't look for the result. But I mean the practice, what you have to do and how you have to do. So when it comes to the practice, we start before you come to meditation at least 2 hours. This is mostly for beginners. And if you like to follow that way, you can do, but this all the guideline not going to help for each and everyone, but you have to see what work for you. So in the beginning, at least within 2 hours, remember, don't eat a heavy meal, and have in case if you are hungry, eat something little bit, and drink, if you can, drink little bit warm water. And so keep your body little bit comfortable, but it is not too much comfortable. It's not, you have to keep, it's kind of like in a middle way. Another thing is, meditation is not a kind of like a place that you trying to rest. Meditation is a place that you're going to use your maximum strength and the effort. Don't hold anything when you practice meditation. What the point you holding? For what you holding anything? That whatever the strength that you have, the awareness you have, everything. You have to use everything. It's kind of like that the end of your life. That's how you have to practice within yourself. So once you sit for meditation, there are few things as rituals you have to keep practice. Remember, the very first thing, the environment. So that environment, even though you are in a busy place, even though you are at home, you are other people live, so don't disturb to them. Learn, you can do that. Anywhere, don't allow others to behave kind of like a very ascetic way at home. Then they get mad about your meditation sometimes. and they don't have a kind of like a pleasant, reaction for your meditation. Because when the meditation time come, everybody kind of like become afraid. Oh, don't talk now, she going to practice meditation. Oh, it is not good. Why people have to be like that? Why your husband or wife or why your children need to be like that way? You practice meditation, of course. In the beginning, it kind of like the disturb can bring some effort, but that's where you have the loving kindness, compassion. That is what you need the practice. If anybody don't disturb, why you need life loving kindness? If everything good, you don't need this anything. So then have understanding when somebody disturb, or when if somebody behave in their own way, have the compassion, but little by little bring your attention to your meditation. So if it is possible, have a calm place, comfortable place. But when you sit for meditation, this is very important. Get out of the idea of that this is my territory, this is my house, this is my place. Get out of it. Like you sit for meditation, your sitting is kind of like you are in the middle of the forest, like that. So that is important. Another thing is, get out of your self identity. I am the i am the husband, I am the wife, and I am the father, I am the mother, I am the child. Get out of that self identity. Become kind of like a nobody. Don't create somebody. So get out of it. That, because that is where you can get a bird eye view regarding yourself. Another thing is, the third important thing, and you have to be more humble. Like how the king get the advice. When the king go to advisors, the very first thing he take out his crown and put on a table. And maybe if you see the very old time, the kings or the queens, I don't know if the queen do this, I don't know about that, but the king, that when they have the chair. So we have seen in our countries, when they have there is a very little another place, beautifully decorated. Why? Because when the advisors come, the king take out the crown and put it there. And at that time, he's normal. He accepting everything. And he discuss kind of like as ordinary person. Then other people also feel more comfortable. And then after that, he take the crown and put on his head. So then he become the king. Then he advise, command. So when you sit for meditation, you have to get out of that self-image and you have to be more humble. And don't sit with the ideas that you carry with your own practice. Even whatever happened yesterday, whatever the practice you done yesterday, when you sit for today meditation, you have to get out of that memory. Sit with very clear mind. So that is when you come to the sitting. So otherwise just crossing leg is not the sitting. These all qualities come together, make a perfect sitting. And the posture. So when it comes to the posture, keep your back straight, neck, head straight in one line. And time to time, look yourself, watch yourself, how your posture. Because sometimes when you focus to in front of your nose and your upper lip area, that because that our eyes and our brain has a connection, and wherever you look, you naturally, your body start to go that way. So once you start to do this way naturally, your head start to move forward for some people. So then look into yourself time to time and see, and what is your posture, how is your posture. And the primary mental object is important. So before you go to primary mental object, and the other thing in the posture, keep the chin down, So when you walk, you bring the chin little bit up, and but when you sit for meditation, you bring the chin down a little bit. So when you bring the chin down, it helps for your spine to keep straight, and it help you to have the awareness a little bit. And other thing is, and little bit in the beginning, try to keep hold your abs and tight your buttock. So those are the three places that you have to remember. Keep connect together, interconnect these three places: your chin, abdominal area, your buttock, bottom of your body. So these three things, if you lose, and sometimes laziness start to come. So if you have the sleepiness, tired, any lethargic nature, so when you do these things, and it will awake the nerve system. So it will help. And later, once you become master with sitting, naturally your posture become naturally getting to the place. And then mainly we practice anapanasati, contemplating inhalation and exhalation. So in that, in front of your nose and your upper lip area. So when it comes to sensation, so you don't think about the breathing, you don't try to inhale or exhale, and you don't try to maintain it, you don't try to correct anything. You learn to observe and recognize. So what you have to observe, you don't go to observe inhalation or exhalation, you observe the sensation. So through the sensation, whatever that, if it is an inhalation or exhalation, then you recognize it. That's example. Sometimes if your inhalation don't feel that much, but if your exhalation is so rough and heavy, and then you feel only exhalation in the beginning, it is okay. Don't worry about inhalation because you don't see it. You see only the exhalation. You recognize because you follow the sensation. You don't follow the inhalation or exhalation. Sensation is the point you have to get. And once you have it, in time to time, see how your mind clearly recognize the sensation. Right? It's called the nimitta. The nimitta means workplace. So you stay there. Your place is always in front of your nose and your upper lip area. In case if the sensation disappear, there are reasons. One is maybe your head, that maybe it is too high or it is too low like this. So then slowly look yourself and adjust your head. And the other thing is your upper body, and little bit bring back and forth and move a little bit, and then find out, are you getting the sensation? And the third one is your mind. If the mind is busy or if the mind somewhere else, then you're not going to recognize this. So then determine yourself, have some effort, and bring the attention again and again, again and again. So don't worry, whatever if the mind go here and there, don't look for reasons, because then the naturally mind start to go with that. It doesn't matter wherever it go, whatever happen, you recognize. Once you recognize, bring the mind and stay with the sensation. And once you get into the sensation and follow the sensation in the beginning, this is inhalation, this is exhalation, recognize separately. And then follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. This is the beginning, middle, end. And also depth and the length. Some become shorter, longer, heavy, soft, so like that. Each and every inhalation, exhalation unique. So observe, recognize. That recognition is very important for your future practice, because this is what bringing you, take you to the clarity and recognition. What is this nature? And when you observe this way, sometimes your mind, your body, your breathing become more calm down and relax. So don't go with it, because suddenly if you feel so comfortable and you try to hold it to that comfort, don't do that. Just keep focused to the sensation. And sometimes mind kind of like come to a blank and nothing. Don't kind of like get disturbed out of it. Just keep focused to sensation. And then the mind start to play the game. And in the very beginning, what is happening, very recent memory start to pop up. Why? Now your body calm down and you don't do any action. Your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, the consciousness slow down. Then the memory start to bring the role, play the role. So sometimes the very reason memory can pop up. Don't go with it. Whatever come to your mind, don't react, come back to the sensation. So then sometimes very old memory can pop up, like 10 years back, 20 years back, whatever happened. Then suddenly come, maybe some friends suddenly come, whatever happened. And the very old thing, and sometimes with people think, oh, I start to get my memory back. Oh, that is a result of, no, it is that is how the mind play the game. This all in your mind. So don't go with it. And the third way, the mind can play, and sometimes even in the previous lives, memory can pop up. All the sansaric memory can vomit. Why? Because now you don't react to the very recent memory and very old memory. And then sometimes suddenly it can happen. This sanskara, this roots, clays, this everything in us. So it can pop up. So how? As example, in the previous life, you are a bird. And now you practice and your mind, because now your body calm down, relax. And then suddenly you feel like you flying. And then you think, oh, I am getting some kind of dhyana. You're not dhyana. You caught up with your own sansaric journey. So like that. And sometimes maybe you are a elephant, or maybe you are a king, or maybe you are a queen, or maybe you had a very luxurious life and enjoying all the sensual pleasures. Now when you practice meditation, your whole body start to feel kind of like you are having so much fun around the people or around the things. So don't go with it you because you already had it. If you go with it, you are kind of like a cow. You vomit it and you enjoy it. You vomit it, enjoy. Don't do that. So we're not going to do cow meditation. So that's why we're not going to go with thoughts. So how you can do them? Get out of it. Stay with the sensation. That's why you need the nimitta. It's anchoring you. It harboring your mind towards the. So once you get out of it, from your mind, again your body, your mind, your breathing start to become deeply calm down all together. And that in that very after that, your body, mind, breathing start to work as one. So that is where the tranquility state happen. So in the beginning, what happening, once you get into the tranquility state, so your sensual pleasures, kama chanda, that's so now we entering to settle down, calm down, shut down, release 5 hindrance. So the first one, kama chanda. Kama chanda means with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, with self-centered desire, you have the desire to find the satisfaction. Now you calm down your mind, body, breathing, come together, you completely feel more joy, happiness, relax, and the comfort within your own mind. So that pleasure, that happiness is higher than these sensual pleasures. Why? Because for the sensual pleasures, look, even watch TV, you have to buy cable, you have to play, you have to buy a TV, you have to pay money, and you have to pay for the electricity. This, it is not easy. Even listening to music or listening to something, it's you have to pay for this all, and it's end of the month, this all enjoyment becomes suffering. But this is beyond that all. So now you feel kind of that beyond the sensual pleasures, you start to feel more comfort in you. So then the karma chanda slowly disappear. Practice point of view, just on the surface level, I just giving these examples. So, and then once the sensual pleasure release from you, when the desire release, what happening? No resistance. Nothing can come against, or there is nothing to go against. So that is where the vyapada, anger, release from you. And the thinamidda, sloth and thoughtful, the laziness, sleepiness. So now you completely, your body, mind, breathing. Remember, in the beginning, body, mind, breathing came together. You feel this whole body as one. You energize in that moment, and you feel, you enjoy it. You have the satisfaction, preeti, the comfort. So when you are in happy mood, you don't feel sleepy. So that is where that release. You don't feel lazy. That is where it release from you. See, these all thoughts. This nothing kind of like, inside something. This all condition of when the thoughts change, other things disappear. And uddacha kukucha. So that restlessness, kind of like, that comparing to yourself, and again, this comparison mind with the self-centered mind, you had, now it slowly settled down. Why? Because there you're not depending from sensual pleasures, nothing come against or nothing go against, and you feel so energized. It will help you to settle down. And then the doubt regarding past and the future, now you don't look for that anymore. So then now your 5 hindrance slow down, and from there you can develop the dhyana or the high mental powers. But our purpose is we go to vipassana. This is what the Buddha is teaching, vipassana. So when it go to vipassana, what is the vipassana means? V means deeply, thoroughly, very clearly. When it come to that moment, nothing left, 100% accurately. Passana, observe, recognize, analyze. So that's why it's called analytical meditation or panya bhavana. When it comes to our human life, this is what I want to mention you today, especially as human, naturally we can see, naturally we can hear, naturally we can smell, eating. This is nothing special with eating. Even when you were born as a child here, in these first 5 years, unknowingly, you keep eating. You was eating. And some people, even in the dream, they eating. You can see sometimes your husband, wife, children, parents, sometimes at night. Even in the dream, people eating. Don't make it kind of like a very special thing in life. And so another thing is the sensual pleasures and finding satisfaction with this body. And you went through all this experience. You are enough mature to understand it is not anymore of fun. It is a kind of like a very difficult thing. And even finding the satisfaction for you, and even that the giving the satisfaction to another person is not easy. It's like a war, very difficult. If something go wrong and it end up with the huge drama, so you know that. But human life is not these things, because this is a very common, very basic lifestyle. The human life means your awareness. That is what you have to understand. Your awareness. So when you sit for meditation, 100% activate your human skill. That is the skill. Watching TVs or the listening to music, or even eating or reproducing or having the sensual pleasures. This all animal also do this. But only human have the awareness. No animal can develop, no any animal or the even some kind of, that the angels or the deities cannot develop that. Only you have that power. So vipassana means you get out of that all the dust and you sit with the determination to 100% activate that your clear human potential, the strength, ability. In that very moment, don't look for anything else. Don't depend on anything. 100% be very clear in you. And just look what you experience. That is the vipassana. It is not a kind of like a big thing. Because we make it, we covered other things, and that's why we cannot find that reality. We make that other things big in life. Because of this, you forget your awareness. So the vipassana is recognition, very clearly analyzing what your feelings. So when it comes to that, your five aggregates, those are the combination of life: form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition. You can access to that through your body, through your feeling, through your mind, and through the phenomena, or the dharmata, or the nature, or the four elements, or any system in our body. So form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition. That is what called living. You have to recognize the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness within these all five aggregates. Once you're able to recognize that, when the form arises, how the form change, and what is the unsatisfactory nature means whatever that arise, it cannot bring the same thing again, and it itself change. That change, because of that change, it has unsatisfactory nature, and it has unsatisfactory nature. Because of that, it is selfless. Feeling, you recognize feeling, and you see how the feelings change. You now deeply observe. You don't go here and there. Now you deeply, because your mind already tranquilized, and you observe the feelings and recognize how the feelings change. And that because of that change, the whatever that you get as a result of that feeling, that also change. And because of this, it itself rising, itself disappearing. There is nothing interfere in the middle. And the sensation, so the depth and the length of the feeling is sensation. And then you recognize that also have the unsatisfactory nature, selflessness, and the change. And the sanskara, So whatever that your past experience interfering with this recognition, without that past experience, you cannot experience something in the conventional level, because you have kind of a set up memory, and whatever you recognize with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body consciousness, that memory help you to recognize it. So that recognition also, according to whatever the perception, that also change. And then the awareness, or the your recognition, completion, the understanding, that also moment by moment change. So with form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition, you recognize impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. That recognition, when come together, so then it become 8. So this 5, form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition, you see impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness within this 5. When you come to that, you get out of the experiencer. You recognize this is a system. This is a mechanism. This is not a person. This is not a solid something that keep happening, that keep following. The moment by moment, arising, disappearing, arising, disappearing. That whatever arise, and it didn't happen before or after. In that very moment it arise, in that very moment it disappear. And when it disappear, it not going to left anything. It completely disappearing. So that is deeper level of recognition. Whatever the feeling or whatever sensation, whatever you recognize, in that very moment it arises, and without leaving anything, it itself disappears. Once you come to that moment, then you release from this collective nature. So form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition, you can access to that through kaya anupassana, contemplating the body, vedana anupassana, contemplating the feelings, and chittanupassana, contemplating the mind. Dhammanupassana means, another way, this body, feeling, mind, these 3 things interconnected. Seeing that system called Dhammanupassana. And another thing is, this body has a 4 element: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. Recognition, that also Dhammanupassana. Another thing is, we have the systems: digestive system, blood circular system, breathing system. So this thing, recognizing this, also come to Dhammanupassana. So there are different ways that you can get into that truth. What is the form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition, right, change, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. So once you come to that deeper experience, that is where your liberation happens. So this is the path that you go. In the important thing in the Theravada tradition, so this very clearly, that it shows step by step, how it is happening. There is no miracle. There is no somebody need in the middle. There is no anyone's initiation or any miracle power or any deva, unseen power come to the middle. Now you see how the development of the mind itself take you to understanding or the wisdom. So that is where that we keep going. So whenever you have time, and try to recognize this path little by little, and at the same time, the most important part is practicing. We can talk many days, but practicing yourself and recognizing something for a 1 minute within your own mind is important than all the Tripitaka. So then let's practice a little bit. So bring your right palm to your left, neck get straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture and bring your attention to your body. Scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Supatveva or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing your inhalation and exhalation through the sensation of. So bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please. And recognize the sensation. Just allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. Recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation through the sensation. Keep your attention to entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Keep focus to the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. Don't look for any other details. Just see how the sensation change in unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within each and every inhalation, exhalation. So bring your fully attention and keep total freedom and newness in your mind. Don't bound to any theory or pattern or thoughts. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. So, with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side, downward and upward, to all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma practitioners, during Buddha's time, there was an incident happened. There was an enlightened monk called Tissa. And this monk used to go to a place for Pindapata, for a house. So that house is owned by a gem cutter, ornament maker. And 12 years, this venerable monk, this enlightened monk, Venerable Tissa, used to go for Pindapata because that people invited to that monk, please every day come for our house. So he accepted that the invitation, and then 12 years he used to go. So the monk used to be very familiar for that house. So what happened? One day, the monk was coming from that side, and then at the same time, the King Bimbisara, sent one of his soldier with a red gem to give it to this gem cutter and make a ornament like a ring or something. So the both reached to the home at the same time, the monk and the soldier from the palace. And this gem cutter, this person came forward, and he know the monk is very familiar and need to offer the dana, but this person coming from the palace, and it's a king order. So then he talked to the soldier, and the soldier gave the gem. And at the same time, what he was doing at home, he was cutting some meats for cooking, and he had blood in his hand. So with that blood, he took the gem and then put somewhere on a table and then worshipped the monk. And the soldier went and he uh, worshipped the monk, and then he forget to take that gem, and he went back inside the house. So then what happened? In that house there was a bird. So these people used to feed meats, and with the blood, that red gem was on the table. This bird came and it thought it is a kind of like a meat maybe, and it took the gem and slow it. So then what happened? The monk saw this, and then they bought the dana and offer it to the monk. Then the person remembered the gem, and he looked at the gem, but he couldn't find it. And then he thought, because no one came, monk was in front of the house, and no one came. Even the soldier went back, and he knew, few minutes ago that he put the gem on the table. Now it disappeared. So he thought this monk took it. And he asked. The monk told, no, I didn't take it. But he didn't believe. Then what happened? He started to beat the monk. And he is very, very bad way, very, and giving hard time to this monk and try to ask, give me the gem, because otherwise the king going to punish this person. And he thought this monk took it. See, 12 years, this monk used to come to the house for Pindapata. But still, this person didn't understand, and there was no trust. So that's why in this life, especially, even as monks with the lay people, we have the relationships, but always our high priest and our elder monks always mention us that don't, with any relationship, you have to be very careful, because the trust, if you see, during this Buddha's time, even the enlightened master 12 years used to come to this house every day. And the trust is, it's a very scary thing when it comes to people. For something, even whatever they come to ideas, they can think something and they can go away. So that's why as monks that that our high priest and our elder master, the monks always told us, never ever depend on people. we do our best for people, but never ever depend on, or never ever wait or think that the people going to say something good, or that appreciate you, or even have build up a good friendship. There are good people, you know but when it come to life, you have to remember, if when it happen, if it can happen to a monk, you know and as a husband, wife, children, friends and family, you know anyone can suspect you. Anyone can suspect you. And there is no way that you can think, no, this person not going to do that way, this person going to believe me. It will happen, when it come to relationship, it will happen. Of course, there are some good, relationship, the trust you build, but it is your responsibility. Don't depend on it. Don't depend on it. Don't hope that other person will trust you. No, you do your best. That's it. And so then what happened? He start to beat this monk and giving hard time, and this monk died. And before it died, what happened? So now he tied that monk to the chair and start to beat, and all the blood start to come. So this bird used to blood, to come to the smell of the blood, because I think these people used to feed every day, maybe meat. This person, maybe he eating meat, too much. That's why he gets so mad and angry sometimes. So somehow, then the blood start to go all over the floor, and the bird came for that blood. Then this person got so mad, and still the monk didn't tell. The bird took it, because if the monk tell that, he going to kill that bird. This monk already enlightened, and maybe he thought, this innocent animal, why, if I tell that this, because of that my word, this person going to kill the animal. And so somehow, what happened, when the bird came and tried to drink the blood, this person got so mad about even the bird and kick the bird. See, when you get mad, when you get angry, it doesn't matter how, what the relationship that you have. Another person cannot see that. That's the very ugly thing with the anger. So then be very careful. So when, in details, there are a lot of things. It is just not a story. It is about our life. That is why, it is a very raw, rough level of organic life, through these stories you can see. And so then that the monk, before that monk passed away, and he saw that how the bird died, how what this guy did to that bird. And then monk asked, look, that bird died, or not? Then he looked at the bird, and he knew the bird died. And then the monk told, then, you know you can find inside this bird that you are gem. And this person was so shocked, and he apologized. But already monk was so weak, and a lot of blood and went out of the body, and the monk passed away. And the bird and died, and became a son of that the same house, that his wife became pregnant. That bird came and born as a child. And then this person died and went to the lower existence. And the woman, with the great respect, and used to do 12 years offer the dana. And when the that woman died, she went to the heaven. So the enlightened master attained to the enlightenment. So once he passed away, it's over. So see this, four things happen. One attained to the enlightenment, one went to the hell, one went to the heaven, and one became a human. So Buddha heard this the story, and then the Buddha gave the sermon, and regarding according to your thoughts, according to your thoughts, where you go, how it can happen. So when it comes to karma, there are four kind of karmas. One is dark karma or black karma, and the one is white or the bright karma, and third one is black and white, dark and bright, both together, and the fourth one is no colors, neither black or white. So when it comes to karma, what is the karma? And so we have three actions: bodily action, verbal action, mental action. So how this karma happens? Karma happens according to your thoughts, mental action. That is the most important and powerful thing. So then mainly two kind of karma. If you have a good thought in your mind, and with that, whatever you do with the good, whatever you do or whatever you say, and the outcome going to become good. But with the bad or unprofitable skills, or the greed, hatred, or the delusion, if you with that thought, if you do any action, maybe the action may be so comfortable for others, so nice, beautiful, everybody appreciate, but outcome going to be bad. So Buddha mentioned, Chetanaham bhikkave kammang vadami. So that's mean the intention is your karma. According to your intention, your karma happen. And how it happened? Manasache paduttena bhasativa karotiva. So manasache paduttena, that's mean if you have the dark thoughts in your mind, or if with the bad intention, or if you have the greed, hatred, or the delusion in your mind, with that intention, bhasativa karotiva. If you say something or do something, bhasati means if you say, and karoti or bodily action. See, in that place, it doesn't say your bodily action should be right or wrong. The important thing, manasache paduttena, if the mind is polluted, bhasativa karo, whatever that you say or do, it's going to bring a bad karma. Manasache paduttena bhasativa karotiva tatonang dukkhamang veti. Chakkangva vahato padam. That's how it comes. But the important thing is here that mostly, maybe with the unhappy mind, when you do some good things and you think, oh, you do good karma. No, it cannot happen. So that is the Buddha's teaching. It's directly go to the beginning point. And sometimes, so then the other part of it, manasa che pasannena, that's mean with the happy, that's mean with the good, or in a profitable way, or with the very clear mind, or with the loving kindness, compassion, generosity, and wisdom. If you do the bhasativa karotiva, tatonang sukhamang veti. So bhasativa karotiva, whatever that you do, your bodily action or the verbal action, maybe if the intention is good, if the intention is, your main idea is good, maybe Your words can be very bad, and your action can be very bad. And people criticize the action. But if your thought is good, if the beginning point is good, tatonang sukhamang veti chaya anapaini, like the shadow never leave your body, the good result going to come with you. So then what I want to mention, so according to the say that one person according to the dark karma or the black karma went to the lower existence or the hell. And that woman used to offer dana with the great respect for 12 years. As a result of that, and she accumulated lot of good karma, so that's mean white karma, she went to the higher existence. And the good and bad both together, that bird, and through the samsaric journey, accumulated some, and then as a result of some bad karma, it became animal, but then it has opportunity to get out of it and then attain to the human existence. And the monk, not bad or good, and already attained to the enlightenment, and because of that once passed away and then didn't come back anymore. So then you have to remember in day-to-day life that whatever you do, always be very careful with your mind, what is in your mind. With any kind of greed, hatred, and the delusion, only three things, not a kind of like a, big chart. You need to remember, no, greed, hatred, and the delusion, very simple, you know. So always remember, never do anything, never say anything, because maybe we try to please other people, and as you already know, life will go and things will change by time. And if you done anything for other people sometimes, and then the very next day they forget it. See that monk, even 12 years used to come there, and it just disappeared. When something come, and things can change, but yourself, to please other people, please to please your wife, and to make happy your husband or wife or children or parents, never do anything related to greed, hatred, and the delusion, because that is what finally going to help for you. That's the important thing. And if you do something, that people will go away by the time, and end of this life, no one can help. Only you, whatever you accumulate within yourself, going to help for you until you attain to the nibbana. So then as soon as possible, you have to practice for that. But till that, always remember, whenever you have opportunity to do something, whenever you have opportunity to take a decision in your heart, never take any decision related to greed, hatred, and the delusion. You have power. That is the real willpower. You have power to select anything with the loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and the wisdom. So transform that. Do it with the deeply in your heart. Maybe the bodily action or verbal action can be very rough and very ugly, and no one going to accept it, but it is okay. You know why? And sometimes for the moment people accept it, but in long term, everybody recognize that is not the right decision. Look at the world. Look at how the worldly leaders behave. Whole country bring a person to the presidency, and look how they behave. And you can see, then whole country took a decision, it is wrong. Look, then how about you and me? So that don't depend on this conventional life of people's decision. People say things, they have no idea. And people say things and they have no very clear idea. That's why you have to have kalyana mitra, the good friends close by to you. And people just whatever they hear, they say. Whatever come to their mind, they say. Don't go with it. You know. So, but yourself, be very clear. Keep clear your heart. It will help for others and it will help for you. For any reason, never get into black karma or dark karma. And as much as try to perform the good things, and finally, and get out of that good also. So then there is a moment come, you can perform action, no feedback or no the outcome or no any that result going to come. That is enlightenment. So that is where we keep going, and always remember yourself in day-to-day life in your capacity that you have 100% authority and capability, strength with your mind. So that is what called awareness. Use it. That is why you came to this human world. You have to use it. If you use it for a one day, you will see this entire universe going to change. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life during this time period. May everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukiti gayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.